Hey, welcome back to Minecraft, everybody! On the last episode, we finished the outside of the factory, finally. Or at least, roughly. We finished the entire back half here, and now there's basically only some details left missing. Like, we've got some flat walls that need some more details, and I want to add stuff to the roof, like smokestacks, and I don't know, maybe some big fans or something somewhere. But I figured before we get to detailing the outside, it would be nice to actually instead first finish the inside, because this is all empty for now and I haven't even really fully decided how I want to do any of the walls yet. So I'd like to get that figured out this episode. And as you can see, I've already finished the floor. I filled it in everywhere, and maybe you remember when I put all the carpets in here, I love the chunky cats. Chunk. Anyway, let's not get distracted that quickly. I already said that I kind of dislike how the carpet looks. It stands out so much. It doesn't look nice. So I figured out a new way to do it. Because it is too dark in here and we would get monsters spawning if I only had the lanterns. I would either have to bring the lanterns down further or I need to put lights on the floor. So a way that I figured out here, because again, the carpet looks bad. I don't like it. I instead now put, hold up, let me go grab my shears so I can show it better. I put glow lichen on top of light gray glass, and underneath that we have this is just so you can't see the lamp through it, but then under the pressure plate we have scaffolding and a frog light. This is the lowest that we can put a frog light before mobs would be able to spawn up here again. But it's all blocks that light shines through over top the frog light. So we still get some extra light up here, and it is just barely enough so that in all the corners we still have light level 1. So it's all mob proof. And I think this is a much more subtle solution than the carpet. Because the carpet stands out so much at any distance. You can be so far away and you still see that the carpet looks strange, while the glow lichen and glass underneath it solution, from a distance, like from here, you can't see it at all. It just looks like there's some light shining there, which, you know, makes sense because there's a lamp over top. It only looks a little wonky when you're close, then you can see that something's up here, but I think this stands out a lot less than the carpet. So I'm pretty excited about this solution. I'm probably gonna install that everywhere here now. I'm gonna get rid of all the stupid, ugly carpet. By the way, the glow lichen is truly just so the glass isn't as bright, because you know, just the glass, I think, isn't as subtle as this slightly darker layer over top. Plus, I don't know, we could imagine that this is something that's actually purposefully there, because it's dripping down from the lanterns. Like, maybe these aren't normal, like, oil lanterns or with a candle inside or something like that. No. Maybe there's some fairy dust or whatever magical nonsense in there, and this is falling down onto the floor underneath. So we have the purposeful glowy bits down there. Yep. But now that we have a better floor design figured out, I'm gonna put this everywhere here, as I said. But the next thing, I believe it is time that I reveal to you the actual plan for this factory. What's the factory supposed to produce? What's gonna be factoried in the factory? Believe it or not, I didn't just build a factory here only for the looks. I actually have a plan what I want this factory to produce. And it's something that I am kind of actually running short on and badly need some more of. I want to put an iron farm into this bad boy here. Especially now that I've built the sheep farm. I've been using up quite a lot of iron because I've been putting a lot of shears in there, of course. And a lack of iron is also the main thing holding me back from being able to blow up my entire nether roof. So, it's time we get to that. I'll have to figure out where exactly and how exactly I want to put that, and then I can figure out what I want the interior here to look like. Because I could of course just underneath the factory here, fully hidden, build my farm and then just push the items up into a chest somewhere and just decorate this freely. That would work, of course, but I think it would be much cooler if at least part of the farm would actually be visible in here. So how iron farms usually work is that you have villagers spawn iron golems, and then you kill the iron golems, and then yay, you get iron. So I think it would be cool if we would have at least the golem killing part somewhere visible in the factory here. And I did realize something, which is why I didn't close off the wall up there yet. Hold up, I actually built a little staircase from the unfinished garage here. I put just a little stair. This might be deleted eventually. I didn't even finish the wall behind it. But for now, we have a little staircase going up here because I could, in theory, we have enough space up here so that I could put a little chamber with the villagers in it up here and have them spawn the golems here, and then we could have a water stream pushing the golems into the factory from the top here. And we should have enough space, and it should be far enough away so that no golems would spawn anywhere on the ground down here. The only problem with that is that the golems would then be able to spawn on the roof, so I would have to make sure the entire roof is spawn-proof. But I think just a layer of glow lichen would probably take care of that. I think I can, in theory, put water streams looking like a conveyor belt along the walls. So it would maybe look cool to have the golems come out of there, and then they can be moved along the walls or just through the middle of the room. Before then ultimately being dropped into a little basin full of lava. But I want this place to look as though it is producing golems. Even though, yes, we will at the end of the line be shoving all our golems into lava, and I will be showing that part, so that's not super logical for a factory that's supposed to build golems, but we'll not think about that. It's just supposed to look cool, and we just pretend it makes sense, okay? Maybe those are all the defunct models that need to be destroyed so they can be molten down, and new robots can be made from the parts. I don't know. I'm sure there's explanations why it would make sense. Oh, by the way, another thing that I didn't actually update you on yet. I put all the lanterns in place now. You already saw, but now I pointed it out again. That's why I was able to finish the floor. Yay! And additionally with the lanterns, I also fully finished the roof, because as you can see here, I basically put slabs everywhere. And then finished it off with this wooden trim along the edges. But, well, I mean, I put these wooden beams here because this is where the side building starts. So they make sense there and look fine. So that's where I decided the beams under the roof should also go. But then that doesn't work very well with the windows on this side. So I'm gonna also have to probably move the windows around here. I'm not sure how exactly I want them to be yet, because I kind of initially liked that we had the symmetry going on here, but then at least from this beam onward, it falls apart. There's no more symmetry and it's real wonky. I'll have to figure something out there, but I will procrastinate on that by instead figuring out my iron farm first. Then I can figure out how to actually do these windows while I'm already hopefully gathering up some iron. Yup, so that's the plan. Let me do some thunking now. And then I will report back when I actually know where I want to put my iron farm. Holy ravioli. I just came to my villager breeder to check whether we would have enough villagers for this, and it turns out the last time I was here, apparently I forgot to turn it off again, so they even managed to break out of there because there's way too many in there. So I guess good news, we definitely have enough villagers. They're overflowing down here. I'm sure they're looking forward to be transported over to the factory, at least some of them. So at least this part won't be a problem. But yeah, normally when I leave here, I put a block in front of there so he can't continue throwing carrots at his friends over there. And I guess I forgot. I just now placed that block because he was really busy feeding them when I came here. Oopsie! Alright, update time. I've been working on it for a little bit. And I have my water stream set up here now. So up there I'm gonna build a little chamber with my villagers in them, and then theoretically in here should be a valid spawning spot for golems. If not, it also shouldn't be a problem to just increase the area here and put a water stream flowing over here. But I have this whole stream set up now where my golems are going to be pushed through along here. Because they are pretty big fellas, it shouldn't matter that I left one gap in between the water everywhere. I think they're thick enough so that they should always be touching water. And then, yes, they get pushed all the way over here and fall down, which we'll look at in a second. There's one thing that might be a problem. The design is, by the way, not finalized, right? I'll keep working on the design after I'm sure that it's actually functional. But I didn't want to put too much time into making it look nice when maybe it's not going to actually work. But yeah, I put this chain above, so it's going to look a little bit, hopefully, like the golems are being pulled along this. But in truth, this chain is because otherwise the golems could be jumping up here and just dropping down and not falling into my killing chamber. So hopefully this fixes it. I also always put the water on the right side, so the golems should always be pushed over onto this side, because I'm not sure, they might be slim enough to get out here, but I hope they won't fight the water stream too much and will actually be pushed into this wall the whole time, where they'll have this chain above them and should not be able to get out, but we'll see. Then the plan is I'm going to build like a big furnace there that the golems are going to be falling into. I'll have to put lava in there to actually kill them, and obviously there's no proper design worked out for it yet, but we have a little chamber in here. There's 4 hoppers underneath there, which are going to pick up our golem drops, and on this layer here above we're going to be placing lava eventually. Then the golems should drop in here, be in lava and die, and their drops should end up down there. Which then the plan is, there's my hoppers. I'm going to put a copper chest here, I think, because I believe it would be easier to, instead of trying to set up item filters down here, I think it would be nicer to just use copper golems as my item filters. So I have one chest that the poppies are going to be sorted into, and then I have one chest that iron is going to go into, and I put a filter over this. I hope that the copper golems would even be able to move over top carpet, because there's redstone everywhere underneath it. So hopefully that's not going to cause any issues. We'll find out. But yeah, this has a comparator powering a redstone torch underneath it, so the hopper below there is always filled until one more item goes in here. The next item that goes in is going to be pulled out, and the next item that goes in should be an iron ingot. The reason why we need a filter here is because I want the iron to be pulled out and into a crafter that as soon as this thing is full, it should receive a redstone pulse from what I've set up over here, and then it's going to craft me an iron block. So I don't know, I think it's just going to be pleasant if we don't have to worry about like managing the space, because we're gonna fill up pretty quickly, I think, on iron ingots. So I think it would be nice to just instead go directly for iron blocks. But yes, because of how iron golems work, we have to make sure there's always one iron ingot in here. So I had to figure out a system with comparators and stuff here to make sure we always have one ingot. So this is the amount of items that I need in here. These are throwaway items. They just make sure that like the next item that goes in is going to power everything and be pulled out. So in theory, the redstone should be all done. I just have to figure out how to make it actually pretty. I think this is going to look pretty cool. I don't mind this rail going through, and it's going to be attached to the ceiling better and end up hopefully a little bit prettier. But before I continue prettying that up, I think I'm going to actually build my little villager room back there. And then we'll have to bring 3 villagers as well as 1 zombie over there. So then the villagers get spooked because they see a zombie, and that's what actually spawns the iron golem. And concerning the roof problem, I've decided I won't put anything on the roof yet. I'm just going to see whether golems are going to spawn up here in the first place. Because I know for ghasts that even though they are 5 by 5 by 5 blocks big, they could spawn on this because it also checks in this direction, and there would be air blocks, and that would be valid for a ghast to spawn. But I'm hoping that maybe ghasts are special in that regard because they can fly. So I'm hoping for iron golems, it's going to see, oh, this wouldn't be valid, and it needs a 2 by 2 by 2 block area to stand on. So maybe they can't spawn up here. If they do, then we can still bring in glow lichen. I'm hoping that maybe that won't be an issue, that I can just continue my glow lichen pattern that I have over here, which is just barely enough to keep the whole roof lit with the glow lichen so that no evil mobs can spawn up here. But I mean, it wouldn't be a big issue as well if we just had a big square in here that's fully filled with glow lichen. But I mean, it's gonna be less effort if I don't have to do that, so I'll try first whether maybe it's not necessary at all. But yeah, that's what I'll do next, I guess. Build up the zombie and villager chamber now. And it's gonna be kind of annoying probably to get the villagers from... They're over there in this mountain, and I have to get them all the way over here. And I'm not entirely certain how I want to do that, but I'm sure I'll figure something out. It'll be fine, probably. So, that's my next task. Get 3 villagers over there, and then build them a little room to forever be trapped in. Alright, I've decided I'm going to attempt Exuma's method of moving villagers, which is basically just putting a bunch of drop blocks in the line where you want them to go and then breaking them. And then they should always detect the next closest drop block, walk over there, then this gets broken and they move to the next. So I pushed 3 of my villagers out here. I don't know, am I gonna need more looms? You know what, just in case. Looms are really cheap, but let's just make a couple more looms. Okay, let's turn on hitboxes so I don't punch them. They might be spooked because of this guy. Uh-oh, he's running to the wrong... No, buddy. No, what are you doing? He found a drop block in there, didn't he? Well, this guy might be a problem. The others are hopefully going to be fine, though. Let's move these 2 first. It's working well for them. I don't know why we lost one, though. What's he doing over here? You found a barrel, didn't you? Can you maybe... Dude. We'll come back for this guy. Let's worry about the other 2 that are being nice boys. You are doing so great, unlike your stupid brother that I don't like anymore. So it's gonna be no problem to get all the villagers in place. That's excellent. Except he got stuck on a tree. No. He found a barrel somewhere. He's trying to get to a barrel on the bridge. Oh. You know what? Maybe now's the point where we just switch to boats. Maybe boats are going to be easier from now on. Alright. That worked mostly very well. 2 of them are already here now. That's awesome. So let me just block this off. And then we'll have to go back and find the 3rd one. But that's a pretty painless method of moving villagers. Unless they're being stupid because you build with barrels everywhere and they think the barrels are better than whatever drop blocks you decide to move them with. Works without problem 2 out of 3 times. Okay, slight problem. I brought 1 zombie up here and he kept spawning new zombies. There's a whole horde up here after me now. This is not a problem that I foresaw, but it is a problem. It is a thing that is happening. Holy moly, what's going on? Why are there so many? This is absurd. I would love to just block them in there. This guy has a name tag. I want to keep him and everybody else should stay out, but... this is ridiculous. That's so many zombies. I don't know how this happened. I brought 1 up. Suddenly there's 500,000. Oh my god. Okay, now I can go sleep. the others should all despawn. We should have only one zombie there now, and then I can worry about getting him into place. I don't know why we got a whole horde. That was insane. Jesus Christ. What have I done? Is the guy with the name tag still there? Yes, there he still is. Okay. Yeah, I'll just walk away and hopefully these guys should all disappear when I come back. So many, holy ravioli. Alright, I've got everything in place. We have 3 villagers in a room here and a zombie next to them. He's name tagged. Yes, I managed to get him in now. So all that's left to do is break this block of netherrack, and theoretically then we should be getting iron golems. So let's see. We'll see whether we're getting iron golems somewhere. Yep, on the roof. Okay, so that's good news though, because it is working. And that's an easy fix. Alright, we're all likened up here now. We're gonna have to get rid of this guy though. I don't want to kill him. I feel bad if I kill him. I think I'll just move him. He should be far enough away to allow new golems to be spawned if I just put him into the factory. We can have one golem walk around there. Maybe I'll even want multiple golems walking around there because it would be fancy. So, Petty, you're gonna have to come down. Come here. Good job. Alright, so he should be far enough away from the villagers now. And I'll have to keep an eye open to see whether we get golems anywhere. I don't know how... Oh. Yeah, that's not what I wanted. So we're gonna have to put carpet in there. Surely, once we fix that though, we're gonna get golems in the space where we want golems, right? Right? This is gonna be the last hiccup in my journey to get infinite iron. Yes! It worked! It worked! But he's stuck. What are you stuck on? Oh, they get stuck on that chain. Okay. But he can't get out of here, apparently, so that's very good. And he is successfully moving down all the way. Uh-oh. Okay, so he is trying to get out at the corner. Oh. Well, that... So there's some issues with it. I will admit, it might not be perfect. Okay, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to go. Oh my god, I'm gonna go, huh? They're scary. They're scary. I shouldn't have attacked him. Okay. Look, we got our first 7 iron out of my iron farm. There's some problems to be fixed. But the concept has been proven. It is technically functional. I'll fix all the problems and it'll be perfect and pretty. And then I'll get iron. Yes. Okay, so I will report back once it's a little bit better. Alright, I've done some work on it, everybody. It's fully fixed now, it's working, and it's starting to look pretty good, I think. Ta-da! There it is. Oh, and there's a guy coming through right now as well. You can see him better from the other side. Hold up, let's watch him. He can go through now without problems. I've finished the track up there. It's looking a little fancier now. As well as I put in the proper banners, and there's some legs to support this structure here now. Then the only fix that was necessary over there to make sure they don't get out anymore was just to move the chain 1 block further back. So now he goes through there properly as well. And then now that the furnace is done, there's also no more room for anybody to just fall next to it. So they properly fall into the hole now. And you can watch the flames grow from the front. And I just tied one of the golems that had escaped to the front of the furnace here. There's a fence hidden down there. So it's supposed to look like maybe he's working the furnace. I'm probably going to put a workstation here or something that looks like he might be pouring the metal that gets molten down here back into molds to create new golems. But the furnace itself is done now. as well as the track. That's the progress that I've made. And as you can see, it's quite busy. There's quite a few golems coming through here, and it's honestly producing iron much faster than I anticipated. While I was building here, I gathered over 2 stacks of blocks. I've already used some up to craft all the anvils up there, as well as some extra chains. So, yeah, this thing is crazy productive. I was thinking this thing might not be super duper efficient, because there's other farm designs that use 4 times as many villagers and thus spawn 4 times as many golems, but that seems completely unnecessary to me, because this thing already produces so much iron. I can basically freely build with anvils now, which is pretty crazy. They're usually a pretty expensive block that's, you know, you can't really go bonkers with them in survival mode. But guess what? I absolutely can now. I can absolutely go bonkers. But yeah, I tried to also shade the entire furnace the way we shaded the floor. So the parts where light would hit it are brighter, and then where shadow would be, it's darker, the usual. Then I also adjusted the lighting on the floor a little bit to reflect that, as well as, you know, shadow that these lamps would throw because of the track up there. And I think it's all starting to look pretty good. Also, we have this little fella looking out the window now. Well, right now he's, I guess, rather watching over the factory. Either way, he's doing very important work here. Oh, I also did the windows. I fixed the windows a little bit. Not necessarily beautiful from the outside, but also, especially this side, you won't really see very much, so it's fine. And it makes more sense from the inside now. But yeah, other than that, now there's only furniture and stuff. Like, there's now only decorative bits missing. Then the factory is genuinely done. Oh, I left the door open. Oh. Okay. Hold up. We have to go over there real quick. I saved 2 of the golems that had escaped. I mean, the first one was the one that spawned on the roof initially. And I was kind of thinking, I put some glass here, because I thought maybe we could force this fella to stay down here, because that would look pretty if we have a golem that's helping to unload the ship here. But apparently he gets out. I put a glass pane over here so he can't walk up there. But I think I just saw him just go up here. So I can try just putting another glass pane on top of this, and then maybe it's fine. But it would be cool if we decorated the place with golems a little bit more. That's another kind of cool thing. I like that the long track that I built in there that the golems go across allows me to very easily just pull golems out. So not only do I get iron from this farm, I can also very easily get decorative golems from it. So that's an unintended bonus from it. As well as, let me go in here real quick. We are getting so many poppies from this, and it would be a shame to just not use these at all, right? So I was thinking, maybe I can also have a couple villagers around the factory. I could have a couple guys who buy red dye from me, as well as maybe some that buy iron, and then I have another source for emeralds. And a use for all these poppies. I'm not entirely certain whether that would affect the golem spawning, though. I guess we'll see. I think it should be fine if I have villagers running around over here. I don't think they'll walk too far away from their drop block, so they should never get too close to the villagers over there. So it would probably be okay, but I'm just gonna have to try it, I guess. But yeah, this thing is wildly efficient now. It's really good. It's coming along. I'm happy with it. I think it's now, unfortunately, time for me to move all my chock-full boxes here. I'll have to figure out where else I can store all this stuff. Because now the only thing that's left to do is truly to make this place look fully pretty. So, let me go get to that, I suppose. And I guess I'll also bring a couple more villagers over, and we'll see whether that's going to break everything again, and I'll have to move them. But I think it should be fine. It's probably gonna be fine. And it would look fancy. I think the more creatures we get moving around in here, the more alive and fancy the factory is going to look. So, yep. Let me go get to that real quick. Hold up. Watch my furnace do its thing again. It's so good. We're getting so much iron, everybody. It's amazing. It's amazing. Well, seeing the golem fight just now made me realize that I never bothered spawn-proofing the roof, so I'm working on that right now, but I just noticed something else. I'd never noticed this until now, but can you spot something wrong with this building? I built this asymmetrically. That was not my intention, but we have 3 blocks here. It's 4 right there. We have 5 walls here. It's 4 right there. I don't know how I never noticed it. I built this house before I discovered Lightmatica, so I just built it off of screenshots of what I had planned out in creative mode. And I guess I made a mistake. And I'm noticing now, quite a few years later. I think I have to fix it now. I'm obligated to fix this now that I've noticed. There we go. This should fix it. It's symmetrical now, right? It took a few years, guys, but I fixed the house. Are you proud of me? Alright, are you all ready for a tour of my crib? Let's look inside, shall we? Alright, so this is all finished now over here. We'll only look at this half of the factory for now. Don't worry about the other side. But anyway, over here, where our golem is hard at work, we now have a table full of molds. I did not know how to otherwise show molds. I tried my best. I don't know if it comes across as molds for golem parts, but just pretend that that's what that is. Also, this thing is floating. So this will likely be changed at some point, but I wanted it to look like... I don't even know what they're called. One of these little cups on a stick that you put molten metal into and then pour it into molds. Yeah, that's this. It's not a good way to show this, but I haven't thought of anything better yet, so deal with it. Anyway, then we have a shelf back here with some extra molds, replacement molds, in case one of these breaks, or if they want to make a different golem model. And I actually hid another little secret back here. I can hit this button now, and then I can access my chest full of poppies. So I have access to that now. The only thing left missing is some villagers that I can actually sell the poppies to, or the red dye, rather. We can also climb up the shelf, but there's of course nothing actually up here. Some extra molds, though. And then back here, we have a little area for painting all the golem parts. Because, you know, they have a pattern to them. They have these chiseled pecs. I reckon you could do some extra shading on that. Their beautiful monobrow. And the vines. Let's just pretend that the vines are a purposeful part of the drawn-on aesthetic. But yeah, back here is the table where everything gets painted on. We have the dyes stored here, some extra drawers with probably extra brushes and dyes and whatnot. There's also a little fella waiting to be painted here, as well as a chest piece. And I reckon perhaps here the designs for new golems are being made up, or different color schemes for different versions of the golems they're producing here. And I was gonna make a custom golem face to hang here, but I put this temporarily and I kind of liked it, so we're just keeping an ominous banner here as a guide to how the golem head is supposed to look once done. And then, next to the painting desk, we have a little drying rack. All the finished parts can hang here to let the paint dry, with some paint drops on the floor below them. And either we can say the factory here also produces copper golems, or I think they also, with a little bit of imagination, the little copper golems also look a little bit maybe like a not yet fully finished iron golem head. That's kind of what I hung them here as, but I don't know. And then I actually used my first ever armor trim to make this, which is of course supposed to mimic an iron golem's chest with the vines going through. I didn't even know that armor trims could be applied to leather armor, but now we know. I tried to match the color of an iron golem as closely as I could, and then put an emerald flow trim on it. And now we have this beautiful piece of art here. Anyway, behind that, I reckon this is where all the parts are being fully finished. So they have some, these can be either drills or bandsaws, whichever you prefer. And then a lot of little workstations. Maybe this is stuff for welding or something. I don't know. But they're working on the heads here. They're finishing them. Checking whether everything came out of the molds all right. Making sure everything's looking fine. And doing the finishing touches. Then, of course, we have our mandatory picture of Graham, because every factory that I built needs to have a picture of Graham hanging in it. And then, with the flames, I feel like this could even be like a careful at the workplace, don't start a fire type deal, but they can also just be various advertisements hanging around here. We've got a couple posters hanging on the wall here. And then, yeah, I didn't do the rest. I didn't do any of the rest yet. We have these beautiful decorative signs standing around everywhere, huh? That's something, right? I mean, I put this rail here, but yeah, truth be told, I'm growing impatient and I just want to publish the video. So I didn't finish anything back here yet, but we do have the signs that let you know what's gonna be in all of these parts. So back here is gonna be more detailed work. The electronics are gonna be taken care of back here, so the actual programming of the golems happens in this room, as well as some golem repairs for the ones that aren't so broken that they need to be molten. Then the reason why we have this track set up already, this entire back part of the factory is basically supposed to just be a big long assembly line. Once the electronics and the separate parts and everything are finished, I just want the majority of the factory to basically put it all together and finish the proper golem. So that's gonna go in this whole part back here. Then over here, I'm honestly not entirely certain. Probably I'll just put some big shelf with something, maybe just a big pile of trash. Maybe some extra parts waiting to be molten down, or maybe some molds that are already full and need to cool down before the parts can be taken out. I don't know yet. We'll have to figure something out later. And of course we know that this is going to be a warehouse. And then back here is just going to be, I don't know, some type of little small entrance area. It's probably going to be a really, really small entrance area. We might put a couple shelves or coat hangers or something there and then immediately get into the nitty-gritty of the factory. But yeah, I've only done all the planning here. I don't want to build this right now. But the good news, y'all can keep your eyes peeled, because I have been considering to maybe start streaming some of the stuff that I built here. So I don't know, that might happen one of these days. I forgot to put shadow underneath this table, so that might happen on a live stream, huh? So yeah, keep an eye out. That might happen soon-ish. I'm not sure yet. Technically, I should have everything set up, but also I haven't streamed in, I think, 8 years. So I don't know how any of this works anymore, but that might be a thing soon. So we might finish the interior here, as well as get some villagers working back here on a stream. Also, super secret, I have a secret bed hidden here, because I want to have a place to sleep in the factory. So and I haven't found a better spot yet, so there's a secret bed. Don't tell anyone. Top secret, hidden. Yep. But yeah, that's a pretty big upgrade to the factory, I would say. It's actually functional now. Oh, also, wait. Update on how much iron we've gathered. It's a lot. And again, I have used up quite a bit because I needed to build more chains. So yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of iron. But with that, I shall end the episode here. I hope you've had a good time watching. I hope you like the almost finished, well, about maybe halfway finished interior of the factory as much as I like it. And maybe I'll see y'all soon-ish, possibly, on a live stream. Sorry, I got distracted watching the golem up there. So, until then, bye-bye! Yeah, he's not sure whether to watch the furnace or me. Dude, the furnace is your job. Don't look at me. I know I'm very handsome. you get this nice view as well. Anyway, goodbye!